There. Yo, 50, what up, man? Remy Ma right there. We're on the block right now. Yeah. I'm some butter.
Y'all, hold on tight, because what just went down in court is nothing short of explosive. Papoose went off like never before, unleashing years of betrayal, heartbreak, and scandal that nobody saw coming. The courtroom turned into a war zone of emotions, flashing cameras, and stunned silence as Papoose dropped the bombshell of the century. 50 Cent allegedly betrayed him, and it wasn't just business, it was personal. Way past personal. We're talking secret rendezvous, hidden moments, and shocking double lives right under his nose. He claims that while he was away, 50 Cent stepped into his home, yes, his bedroom, with Remy Ma, keeping a secret that could destroy careers and reputations alike. The footage Papoose says he has? Allegedly every moment, every timestamp, every undeniable piece of proof. And the most jaw-dropping part? Remy Ma, living a double life, smiling for the cameras while allegedly hiding this behind closed doors. The betrayal isn't just personal, it's public, it's scandalous, and it's about to ignite the internet. Papoose's rage wasn't just loud, it was raw, emotional, and unfiltered. His voice shook the room as he promised to reveal everything, making it clear, nobody is untouchable, no celebrity image is safe, and no secret will stay hidden. Social media is already exploding. Hashtag Papoose vs 50 Cent is trending, and fans can't get enough. Clips, reactions, and emotional breakdowns are going viral in real time. This isn't just gossip, it's a full-blown courtroom scandal with betrayal, heartbreak, and shocking revelations. And trust me, once the footage hits, this drama will be unforgettable. Brace yourselves, because this story is about to break the internet, destroy reputations, and leave the world stunned.
That not y'all know, but the one besides Keish that I always talk about, and every time I see him, I tell him thank you, because it wasn't like we was enemies, or we didn't hang out together. Was 50 Cent, Mr. Curtis Jackson.
Wow.
Whenever I put in for an appellate judgment or an appeal, he made sure that letters was written. He personally signed them, telling the judge, if you do grant her this release, she'll have a job.
Buckle up, because what just went down in court is the kind of scandal that nobody could have predicted, the kind that shakes the very foundation of the music world and leaves fans reeling in disbelief. Papoose stepped into the courtroom with a storm in his eyes, a mixture of rage, heartbreak, and raw emotion that made everyone freeze. The air was thick with tension, cameras flashing relentlessly, reporters scrambling to capture every word, and the audience holding their breath, anticipating the next bombshell. And then it came. Papoose unleashed a revelation so explosive, so shocking, that the room literally trembled. He claimed, with undeniable conviction, that 50 Cent had betrayed him in the most personal way imaginable. But it wasn't just business or rivalry. This was something darker, more intimate, and far more devastating. He spoke with a voice that cracked under the weight of betrayal, telling the courtroom that while he was away, 50 Cent allegedly entered his home, stepping into spaces that were meant to be sacred, moments that should have been private, and shared them with Remy Ma. Papoose revealed that he had CCTV footage capturing every second of this alleged betrayal, every timestamp proving the claims he was laying bare. The audience gasped, whispers filled the room, and reporters could barely keep their pens and cameras still. What Papoose painted was a picture of deception, a double life hidden behind smiles and social media personas, a betrayal that went far beyond friendship or business. Remy Ma, he said, his voice rising, trembling with fury. While I was gone, while I trusted those around me, she was living a secret life with 50 Cent. In my own bedroom, in my own home, right under my nose. The courtroom erupted into murmurs, disbelief spreading like wildfire. Judges leaned forward, stunned by the emotional weight of his claims. Lawyers exchanged uneasy glances, realizing the storm that was about to hit beyond the courtroom walls. Social media had already begun to light up, snippets of his words circulating online, the hashtag Papoose vs 50 Cent climbing fast. He continued, his tone alternating between fiery anger and deep, raw sadness. He spoke of trust shattered, of friendship destroyed, of personal space violated in ways that no one could justify. The footage he claimed to possess wasn't just proof. It was a weapon, a revelation ready to shatter images carefully curated over years of fame. Papoose made it clear that this wasn't just a personal grievance. It was a public scandal waiting to erupt, a story that could redefine how the world viewed some of the biggest names in music. As he recounted the details, the courtroom became a stage for raw human emotion. He described walking into a world of betrayal, where every smile and every handshake was a lie, where the people he trusted most allegedly conspired behind his back. His voice cracked as he explained how he discovered the truth, watching footage that made him question everything he had believed, every memory tainted by deception. Audience members whispered, some gasped audibly, and the cameras recorded every nuanced expression of disbelief, anger, and heartbreak. Papoose emphasized that this betrayal wasn't fleeting, it was ongoing. He alleged that 50 Cent and Remy Ma continued this secret life, hiding it behind public appearances, interviews, and collaborations that painted a picture of normalcy while private truths told a story of lies. He told the court he had painstakingly compiled every piece of evidence, every moment documented in timestamps, ready to reveal when necessary, promising that no detail would be withheld. The tension was palpable as he declared, "I am not just a victim, I am the witness. I will bring the truth to light, and nobody, not even fame, power, or influence, will hide this betrayal from the world." The courtroom remained silent except for the clicks of cameras capturing history in the making. Every word he spoke felt like a hammer striking a fragile wall, each sentence exposing cracks in images built over decades. Outside, the social media frenzy was immediate. Clips of his statements circulated like wildfire on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Fans reacted with shock, anger, disbelief, and support. The story was trending worldwide, millions glued to their screens, waiting for the next revelation. Every snippet, every emotional outburst, every tearful explanation fueled the viral machine, turning this courtroom confession into a full-blown media storm. Papoose's intensity never wavered. He painted a picture of complete betrayal, of private moments violated, of trust destroyed. He made it clear that justice was not just personal, it was necessary, unavoidable, and inevitable. His words carried a weight that transcended gossip, creating a tragedy and a scandal wrapped in one explosive courtroom moment. Every detail he revealed, every snippet of footage he promised, and every accusation made the world realize that what was happening was bigger than music, bigger than celebrities. And as he concluded this first part of his revelation, the world outside was already reacting. Fans debated online, news channels scrambled to cover every nuance, and the internet braced for the avalanche of drama that was only just beginning. Papoose had set the stage, dropped the bombshell, and promised a reckoning. The scandal, the tragedy, and the shocking courtroom showdown had officially gone viral, and nothing would ever look the same again. The courtroom had barely begun to settle when Papoose dropped the next layer of his explosive revelation, turning tension into absolute chaos. He pulled out a set of hard drives, folders, and timestamps, his hands trembling yet steady, a mix of rage and raw emotion that made the courtroom freeze in disbelief. Every camera focused on him as he began detailing the alleged acts captured on his own home's CCTV. The footage he claimed proved what he had just told the court: betrayal, deception, and double lives hidden in plain sight. He spoke with an intensity that sent shivers down everyone's spine, describing the moments he had allegedly caught on tape. "Every time I left my home, every single day," he said, his voice rising, 50 Cent allegedly walked into my bedroom. Remy Ma was there. The scenes, the moments, every inch of it is documented. I know the truth because I watched it unfold when I wasn't there. I trusted, I believed, and this is what they did behind my back. Reporters and courtroom spectators leaned in, their mouths open, cameras capturing every tremor in his voice, every nuance of shock that hung thick in the air. He described, moment by moment, the double life that Remy Ma was allegedly living, the way smiles for the camera's masked intimate encounters, and how he discovered the depth of deception. "It's not just a betrayal," he said, emotion cutting through every word. "It's a tragedy. Not just mine, but a public betrayal of trust. People look up to them, people believe in their image, and behind closed doors, it's all lies." Every word he uttered felt like a hammer striking the fragile veneer of celebrity perfection, the room hanging on to every devastating revelation. The footage itself, he claimed, was meticulous, timestamps, sequences, and unmissable details that proved his allegations. Judges and lawyers exchanged looks of disbelief, recognizing the gravity and potential fallout of what was about to be exposed. "When people see what I saw," Papoose continued, "they will understand the extent of betrayal. Not only did they break my trust, they hid it behind fame, power, and smiles." The courtroom was silent except for the clicks of cameras and the occasional gasp from stunned spectators. He turned to the media, making it clear that social media would play a role in revealing this truth. "I've prepared everything," he said, "and when this footage goes public, the world will see the truth. I'm not holding anything back." Reminisce Mackenzie, 50 Cent, and Remy Ma, they will all be exposed. No image, no reputation, no public persona can withstand what's coming. Already, snippets of his statements had begun to circulate online, trending across platforms with viewers sharing and reacting in real time. As he continued, the emotional weight of his words became palpable. He recounted discovering discrepancies, noticing patterns, and following the digital breadcrumbs that led him to undeniable conclusions. Every detail painted a vivid, tragic picture: betrayal in the most intimate places, private trust shattered, and personal life violated in ways that words could barely capture. The audience sat frozen, feeling the pain, anger, and heartbreak radiating from him. Then came the climax of his courtroom performance, where Papoose revealed the psychological toll this discovery had taken on him. Sleepless nights, moments of paranoia, replaying the footage over and over, it wasn't just a story of betrayal, it was a personal tragedy that left scars visible to anyone watching. The cameras captured his hand shaking as he showed screenshots, the expression in his eyes raw and unfiltered, the audience hanging on every emotional beat. He didn't stop at emotion. He laid out the legal and public ramifications. "Once this footage goes public, the narrative changes forever," he said, the intensity in his voice slicing through the courtroom. Fans, critics, friends, enemies, they will all see a side of 50 Cent and Remy Ma they never imagined. The truth doesn't come gently. It's violent. It's devastating. And I will not stop until justice, clarity, and truth are delivered. The courtroom became a stage of viral-level drama, a spectacle of emotion, betrayal, and scandal. Every phrase, every detail, was calculated to shock, to make the public grasp the alleged depth of duplicity. Social media exploded as Papoose's words were shared across platforms, stirring debates, disbelief, and a frenzy of reactions that transcended typical celebrity gossip. By the time Papoose finished presenting the alleged details of the footage, the room was charged with a mixture of fear, empathy, and astonishment. Reporters outside were already live streaming, fans were trending hashtags, and the narrative had begun to spiral into a full-blown cultural phenomenon. The courtroom, once a quiet place of procedure, had transformed into the epicenter of a scandal that promised. He described discovering patterns, messages, and moments that painted a picture of deception so intricate it seemed almost cinematic. "I thought loyalty existed," he said, voice trembling with a mix of anger and heartbreak. "I thought trust meant something. But watching everything unfold, I realized the betrayal was a carefully orchestrated performance." Reminisce Mackenzie, "The people I trusted, everyone played a part in hiding the truth." The audience leaned forward, reporters scribbling frantically, cameras zooming in on every twitch, every grimace, every tear that betrayed his raw emotion. Papoose then moved to the most explosive part, the alleged real-time evidence. He claimed the CCTV footage documented every visit, every encounter, every betrayal in vivid clarity. "I saw moments that destroyed my reality," he said. I watched as my home, my sanctuary, was turned into a stage for lies. The bedroom I called mine became a theater for deception. And I was left blind, unaware, until I pieced together the fragments of betrayal myself. His words carried a weight that made even seasoned reporters shiver. The court erupted into whispers and gasps. Judges exchanged glances, lawyers shifted uneasily in their seats, and every single person in the room understood that this wasn't just a story, it was a public tragedy unfolding live. Papoose emphasized that Remy Ma's double life was not limited to private moments, but extended to her public image, social appearances, and the carefully curated persona that millions adored. She smiled for the world, he said, while hiding a life that betrayed everything I believed in. Social media had already exploded outside the courtroom. Clips of his statements spread across platforms, hashtags trending, fans debating, critics dissecting, and millions glued to screens. The story was viral before any footage had been released, and the tension inside the courtroom mirrored the chaos online. Each revelation Papoose shared intensified the outrage, disbelief, and sheer fascination of the public. He recounted how every discovery took a toll on him psychologically. Sleepless nights, emotional breakdowns, and moments of paranoia had left him shattered. "I trusted, I believed, I loved," he said, voice breaking, and this is how they repaid me. Betrayal in its most intimate form. Lies layered on lies. I had to see it, record it, prove it, to survive it. The audience was visibly moved, some leaning back in shock, others covering their mouths, unable to process the scale of the alleged betrayal. Papoose did not hold back in revealing Reminisce Mackenzie's alleged complicity. He described how she allegedly coordinated with the others, maintaining appearances while secretly facilitating the deception. "This wasn't spontaneous," he said, eyes blazing. "It was calculated, orchestrated, and meant to break me in every way imaginable. I am left with the footage, the truth, and the determination to make the world